Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new video. I'm Scotty V. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm going to be cutting back on my video making for a while. I used to do it every week, but it's not worth it for me anymore, so I'll just do it once in a while as a hobby. So unfortunately, I couldn't go see the Batman on Thursday night with all the fans, but I did go see it yesterday with J-Ro, which in fact, we did a trailer reaction to the first teaser back in DC Fandom in August 2020. We were excited then, and boy, when we watched this movie, we were blown away. From beginning to end, it kept us on the edge of our seat. Um, I just loved it. Let's talk about Robert Pattinson as Batman. When Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, I talked shit. Oh man, I was like, oh, he's not gonna be a good Batman, blah 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 blah. So I promised myself that I wouldn't talk bad about Robert Pattinson's Batman until I've seen the movie. And boy, let me tell you something. He is the Batman. In this film, he was the Batman persona the whole time. Maybe there was a few scenes here and there that he wasn't in the costume, which were needed moments. But wow, his portrayal of Batman Bruce Wayne is great. It was what Matt Reeves done to this universe, and I know it's not the main the main DCEU continuity because I think Michael Keaton's gonna be taking over as Batman. But this is Earth 2. But man, Robert Pattinson did good. His dark, gritty tone and Gotham and the crime and the city just tore him down. Like, he's emotionally damaged because of what happened to his parents and his life. And we don't get his origin story. We don't see him as a kid going down crime alley, getting killed. None of that stuff. And I thank Matt Reeves for that because there's been so many Batman movies, and every single freaking Batman movie, we get his origin. We don't need to see it. We know what happens to Bruce Wayne and why he becomes the Batman. And Matt Reeves talked like he mentioned it, but never showed it, which I appreciate. Sort of like what the MCU did with Spider-Man in Civil War, where he just was there. He got his powers, but we didn't see how he got his powers. So Robert Pattinson did great, even as Bruce Wayne, Batman. He is the Batman, and there's a lot of detective, solving going on in this movie. We got a little bit of that during the Dark Knight with Christian Bale, but this is full on. The Riddler is there to play mind games with Batman, and Batman's like, what the heck is going on? And him and James Gordon, played by Jeffrey Wright, which I thought it was a weird casting. But after seeing this movie, I was pretty happy with Jeffrey Wright because he's the Watcher in the MCU in the What If series. And I really liked him as... He wasn't commissioner. He was a Captain Gordon or lieutenant or whatever. But his chemistry with Robert Pattinson's Batman worked great. And no complaints about those two. Just... I can't justify it by speaking. You have to go watch this movie. If you want a Batman movie not focusing on Bruce Wayne and just fully on Batman, this is the movie for you. He's, like, I would say 90% of the time in the Bat costume, which is fantastic because we've already got so many movies where he was just full on Bruce Wayne and his persona and blah, blah, blah. No. We got the Batman and the action. Holy crap, the action. Exactly like the Arkham games. This scene, it's not really a spoiler, but it was in the first teaser where those thugs said, "Who are you?" and he was just beating the living crap out of them and saying, "I am vengeance." That was really good, and just his fighting style, you can see he was fighting a whole bunch of guys, and he's not perfect, right? You know, he's gonna get hit in the back with a bat or a crane or a crowbar. Crane. He's fighting in the sky, you know, and the construction workers are fighting him. But fighting style really resembles the Arkham games, and the dark and grittiness of this film was great for a Batman movie. When we think of Batman, we think dark and gritty, right? Not the cheapy campiness that we got in the Adam West Batman, but things have certainly evolved for the Batman character. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. She was alright. She did okay. Like, I'm not really into the Catwoman character, so I really couldn't care for it. But her character was necessary for the story. I'm going to try not to go into spoilers too much, but she was good. I had no complaints about her. just overall, like the visual shots on this film, which I'm wearing my Batman shirt, by the way. I don't know if you can, I think you can see it, right? Just the visuals were great. This is actually a scary looking Gotham, like the Arkham games. Like that's what I can compare it to, because in Batman Begins, we got that dark grittiness of Gotham, but then when they did the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger and Christian Bale, it was like Chicago. You can see it was Chicago. Yeah, in this film there were some Chicago scenes. You can fully tell it was Chicago, but in this film it was totally Gotham, and it was great. Like it was great. Like and like I can't express myself. Like I really liked this movie so much. A lot of people are saying it's a masterpiece. Do I think it's a masterpiece? I have to watch it one more time, but I definitely I liked it better than The Dark Knight Rises. I'll tell you that much. Better than The Dark Knight. I have to watch it one more time for me to make that to make that decision. To say, yeah, it's better than The Dark Knight. Like, definitely, I've seen people's reviews, and I've talked to some of my friends who did seen it, and they said it's definitely better than The Dark Knight. I don't know. Well, I gotta watch it one more time. It's 3 hours long, but if I sat down for 4 hours to watch Justice League, I can sit down for an hour, a 3 hour movie with Robert Pattinson. So yeah, let's talk about the Riddler. Holy shit, the Riddler. He played mind games that would mess you up, and the Riddler, nothing like Jim Carrey's portrayal in the older Batman movies, but let's just say the Riddler really is the Riddler. He played mind games that I was even confused. I'm like, he was telling riddles in this movie. I was like, riddle this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what in the hell is this guy talking about? And then it was clues to his next victims. And what Batman was doing was falling into his games and helping the Riddler take out certain characters in the movie, which is phenomenal. I had my little cousin come with me, and he was just on the edge of his seat. He was like, oh my god, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Batman was just playing his game, and I just loved it. The Riddler was really creepy, and he wasn't in the film a whole lot, but when he was, I was kind of like, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? There were some scenes where they really pushed the PG-13 boundaries. I think they should have made it R-rated, just to see some heads explode and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, the Riddler is like top tier in this film. Like, he's next to Heath Ledger's Joker for sure. He was playing mind games with Batman, but he was playing mind games with us audiences, because we didn't freaking understand what was going on. We didn't know what he was gonna do next. There were some scenes that were predictable, yes, here and there. But nothing too, oh my god, I can't sleep at night, right? Yeah, just, I can't express how much I love to this movie. Robert Pattinson is the Batman for this universe. I can't wait to see what they're going to do for the sequel. The visuals were great. The acting was great. Robert Pattinson just blew me away because he was typecast. Ever since he came out with Twilight, he's been typecasted as that vampire guy. But he really just put all the haters away, and I'm very happy with his portrayal of Bruce Wayne and Batman, because he's like an introvert, so he doesn't want to talk or do anything. And so yeah, it's been crazy. December we got Spider-Man, we got Batman just now. We're gonna get Moon Knight soon, so it's a great time to be a comic book fan. So yeah, overall, do I recommend you go watch this? 100%. I recommend you get your ass to a theater, because here in Canada, or in Ontario anyways, they kind of lifted all those restrictions about having a vaccine passport and all that garbage. So now you can go. If you can get your butt to a movie theater, I would go to the movie theater and watch this movie. I was asked if I was going to go a second time. I'm probably not going to go for a second time, just because I don't have time. But yeah. Robert Pattinson, great Batman. Jeffrey Wright, great James Gordon. Zoe Kravitz was good Catwoman. Not too much to say there. What I did forget to talk about was Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobblepot. My God, he was so unrecognizable in all those prosthetics. Excuse me. And he's going to be a great Penguin. My favorite Penguin portrayal is not Danny DeVito. Actually, it's the guy who played Oswald Cobblepot in the Penguin, in the Gotham show. I liked his Penguin, because he resembled more of a penguin. But yeah, I can't wait to see what else goes on and what they have planned. So someone actually asked me if a certain character, the Joker, shows up in this film. I want you to watch the movie, and then you decide from there. And there is going to be a sequel. There is a post-credit scene in this movie, which I didn't stay for because I heard it was just a code saying goodbye and ra la ta ta, whatever it was called. But you don't need to stay for that if you don't want to. But yeah, overall, what do I give it out of 10? I would give it a 9.5, 9.8. I would give it close to almost perfect because it was great. Yeah, overall, it was great. I recommend you go watch it, and that's it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you to follow me on TikTok on @thesilvercanadian, also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All right, guys. See you soon. Be good. Remember, be safe. See you soon.